ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste दोस्तों, dear friends. Today I will discuss about self-realization, Atama Gyan, Braham Gyan of our Upanishads. Our ancient sages, they spent lot of time and energy and give the clear knowledge about self-realization. But people, they have completely forgotten about that knowledge and engaged themselves in the materialism. See, when we are completely engaged in the materialism, we are going away from the spirituality. So, we have to understand this spirituality. It can be understood just by experience, not by discussion, not just by seminars. It cannot be understood on the tables. It has to be experienced. See, religion and spirituality, these are two different things. Religion is man-made, spirituality is natural. It is the individual efforts that the person can understand about spirituality. By putting his own efforts, no other person can help in understanding the spirituality. So I will start this topic starting from the beginning. I will discuss about mind, ego, soul and body and how they are related. See, about mind there is a misconception. There is no existence of mind as it is called. Thousand and thousand books are written on mind, mysteries of mind, arithmetic mind, conscious mind, subconscious mind, unconscious mind. See, thoughts originated from our soul, and when these thoughts repeat continuously, this we name as mind. So mind is not an independent existing entity. The source of mind is our soul. Another important thing is ego. See, when we identify ourselves with the body, this is known as ego, the ignorance. Mind, ego, these are insentient, non-living entities. Only the soul in our body is living, Chetan, sentient part. So, all our functions of day-to-day life are carried out with the help of mind. Because thinking, decision making, memory, these are the functions of our mind. But do not forget, the origin of this mind is again soul. Every part of our body receives power from the soul. Soul is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. The soul has infinite power, but due to ignorance, we have completely forgotten about our soul, and day and night we are engaged in the materialism. We pursue the aspirations, how to store more and more wealth, and we do not spare a single second for the knowledge of our soul. See, to understand, to realize the soul, we have to deal with the mind. Because mind, ego, they are the deterrent factor in our self-realization. Unless mind and ego, they are tackled with efforts, or we cannot realize the soul. So, various myths are propagated by people who are actually ignorant. See, you cannot reach the knowledge of soul just by reading books. You read plenty of books, thousands and thousands of books. Just by reading, by discussion, nothing can be achieved. You have to put efforts. You have to divert your mind towards the soul. We are forgetting the basic reality. We read books, we listen sermons, we listen various discourses, we visit holy places, we go for charity. See, these things can help to purify our mind, but nowhere these efforts lead us to the Atama. To reach the soul, to reach the Atma, we have to direct our mind and ego to the inward direction. We have to divert the mind to its source. Remember, source of mind is our soul. So, to realize the soul, mind has to be diverted to the spiritual heart. Here we have to understand, just for understanding, we say spiritual heart. It is located on the right side, the lower part of our chest. But actually speaking, our soul is infinite. It has infinite power. It is omnipresent, omniscient. So it cannot be located in a particular place in our body, but for understanding, it is located right side, but in actual sense, it is not located on right, left, or anywhere, because it is infinite. It is very powerful. It is existing in the whole universe because this soul is part of God. See, we take water from ocean or a well or a river. Its chemical structure is same, 2 parts of hydrogen, 1 atom of oxygen. You take from any source of water, you will find water is constituted by 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen combined chemically. So very simple thing. See, when we divert our mind to its source, the soul, remember there are various internal reactions taking place. See, basically our body is made up of cells. Cells are made up of molecules. Molecules are made up of atoms. As we have electrical energy we use for our various devices, in the same way there is bioelectricity in our body. This bioelectricity is constituted by positive ions. So it depends upon our thinking. Sometimes a person is angry, sometimes he is very happy, he is in pleasant mood or very angry mood. Depending upon the status of mind, thought power, various types of chemicals called hormones, they are produced in our body. So people, they say, control your mind. It is ignorance. See, mind is nothing but the rising of thoughts from the soul, Atama. And Atma is infinite. So, with a finite mind, how can you control the infinite power of soul? It is simply ignorance. Mind can never be controlled. It's a silly thing to talk about controlling the mind. How it can be controlled? How mind is originated? It is originated from the soul, and soul is having infinite power. So, something is originated from the infinite cannot be controlled by finite. How? So we have to understand the basic thing. Forget about controlling the mind. Its origin is omnipotent soul. How? No finite method can check the origin of thoughts. But there is a very, very simple thing which we are completely ignorant of. Just sit for meditation and visualize, imagine that I am going inward, inward, deeper, deeper, and deeper. With little efforts, the diversion of mind occurs. Instead of going to the outside, it is directed towards the mind, this soul. We call it spiritual heart. So we have to practice this. This is the most direct method. Maharshi Ramana and our Upanishads and ancient sages, they have given this knowledge, but unfortunately we have forgotten this knowledge. See, what we think the most difficult and complicated methods can help us to go for self-realization. That is our thinking. It's a very, very simple method, direct method. And Maharshi Ramana has given this as the self-inquiry. Basically, we must ask ourselves as, who am I? Who am I? Then again, people, they commit mistakes. They start repeating, who am I as a mantra. No. You have to visualize. Who am I? Then you have to divert your mind. You have to affirm yourself that I am the soul. And continuously keep on concentrating on this, that I am Atama. I am Atama. Continuity is needed. After a few months, depending upon the state of your mind, you can achieve the concentration. Concentration is nothing but thinking about the same point. I am the soul. And remember, soul and God, they are not different. See, people indulge in debate. As per Vedic learned people, soul, matter, and Ishwar, God, soul, and nature, these are three distinct entities. Instead of indulging in this type of debate, very simple thing, sit for meditation and visualize I. See here, I, we have to understand this I also. This I is very, very enigmatic, very tricky. I indicates the soul. I also indicates the ego. All our functions, day-to-day working depends upon this ego. This ego controls our thoughts, this ego controls the mind. So, there are two eyes. One is the real eye, and the other one is the false eye. The false eye is ego, and ego is nothing but the identification of the self with the body is known as ego, and this is out of ignorance. So we have to destroy this false I. When this false I is destroyed, we reach the state of self-realization. And the nature of soul is bliss and perpetual peace. Bliss and peace. See, that is known as Sat Chit Anand. Sat is existence, Chit is consciousness, and Anand is bliss. So the basic nature of our soul, the nature of our soul is bliss and peace. When we are able to divert the mind towards soul, and ego is also diverted toward the soul, there is bliss and peace. Dear, it looks very simple. It is not that simple. When we sit for meditation, it is very, very difficult to divert the mind towards interior. Just by talking, it looks to be very simple, but it is difficult. But remember, it is not impossible. We have to put efforts. No power on earth can help you to self-realize unless you put your own efforts. People, they say, a guru is needed, a preceptor is needed. My dear friend, the function of preceptor is to tell you how to reach the goal of self-realization. But the efforts you have to put. You will reach the destination, you will reach the goalpost by your own efforts. Maharshi Ramana, he was not having any guru. Paramahansa Ramakrishna, he was not having any guru. Just by their own efforts. And remember one thing, it's a very simple thing. What they could do, we can also, because Atma, their Atma and our Atma is same. They could understand, but we are ignorant, we are not understanding, and we are not trying. See, material things can be achieved by our own efforts as well as with the help of others. But spirituality, you cannot just achieve. Spiritualism cannot be achieved by the help of others. You have to. Others, they can help you. They can show you the path. But you have to tread on the path. It's very simple thing. Our Upanishads, Vedas, clearly they have explained. See, there is Katha Upanishad. There is a dialogue between Nachiketa, a young boy, and Yama, king of death. So very clearly, Yama instructed Nachiketa that for achieving you have to put efforts your own self. There is a dialogue between sage Yagvalkya and his wife Matri. Maharishi Yagnavalkya also explained in the same pattern that you have to destroy your mind, you have to destroy your ego, then only you can go for self-realization. There is no other method, absolutely no other method. It is not difficult, but at the same time it is not easy. See, when we sit for meditation, there are thousand and thousand subtle impressions, propensities called vasanas. They have been accumulated for the last many births. So unless these subtle impressions are removed, we cannot realize the self. It is not difficult, it is not easy, it is not impossible. We have to follow a very simple path. You have to sit for meditation, close your eyes, sit in any position. There is nothing, no binding that you have to sit in so and so asana, nothing like that. See, various myths are, simply they are existing. Current will pass through a wire, maybe it is in the form of a square, in a triangular shape, or a coil, or a state. Current will reach from one end to the other end. The same way, our power will move without any problem. This power is in the form of prana. It is in yoga, it is called Chitta Shakti, or very simple name is Kundalini. So you have to put efforts, and these efforts must be put continuously and daily. There is no shortcut method. See, subtle impressions, they are accumulated for the last thousand and thousand years. So definitely it will take time. If time is required. And another thing, whatever efforts you put, you reach to a certain spiritual level. In the next birth, your progress will start from the same point. In our yoga, there is description of various power points in our body. Yes, they are there. in the vicinity of our sexual parts, there is a power center known as, that is plexus, known as Muladhara. Here the Kundalini power is residing in the passive form, dormant form. Then above it, there is Swadhisthana chakra. These power points are called chakras. Then in the navel base, there is Manipur chakra. Then in the spiritual heart, near to the spiritual heart, there is Anahat chakra. And in the throat, there is Vishuddhi chakra. And in between the eyebrows, there is Agya chakra, Ajna chakra. And in the top of our head is Sahasrara. See, there is no special yoga exercises needed. We have to keep our conduct and day-to-day behavior pure. Purity of mind and action is needed, no doubt. Our behavior has to be just normal. Truth. We have to follow true path. See, as our yoga has 8 parts, yam, niyam. See, these are basic behavioral factors. So we have to be a pure person. In meditation, dhyan, dharana and all, these are 8 parts. See, we have to keep our body, mind and heart pure. These are the basic things. Unless there is purity in our behavior, we cannot sit for meditation. So purity in our thinking, in our actions, in day-to-day life is a must. Then only we can go for meditation. Concentration is possible, visualization is possible. We can direct our organs of perception towards our interior. Otherwise, their natural tendency is outward. So we have to control our organs. We have to control our mind. So this direct method explained by Maharshi Ramana is the most easy and the direct method. Again, I repeat this. Sit in a very easy posture, but you have to sit alone without any disturbance. Close your eyes. Go for Om Jap for 5-10 minutes. This will cool down the agitative mind. Then start visualizing. Just think, who am I? For some time, just put a query to yourself, who am I? And then visualize, I am. This I is your ego. Remember this. You have to think. As I already told you, one eye is ego, the other eye is our Atama. So I am going deeper and deeper and deeper inside to the interior and reaching the spiritual heart and merging with the real life, that is soul. It's very easy, but very difficult also. It requires a lot of efforts because tendency of mind is to go outward. Don't worry. Various thoughts will come out, let them. Don't try to control them. You cannot control. As I've already told, infinite power of soul cannot be controlled, but it can be diverted. When the mind is diverted to the soul will take over our mind, the thoughts will cease to arise. So this is known as self-inquiry. See, there is self-inquiry, the other one is surrender. See, surrender also is misunderstood by people. That you have to surrender to someone. I don't know. This surrender is you are surrendering your ego to your Atama. Here we commit mistake. This surrender is stop identifying yourself with the body. Body and soul, they are completely, distinctly different from each other. So, when you stop identifying with the body, this is known as the real surrender to the self. See, people, they say, surrender to Guru, surrender to... This is a very simple thing. Unnecessarily, it is made difficult. See, surrendering means stop identifying yourself with the body. This is surrendering. See, now just see. Self-inquiry is change the direction of your mind from going outside to the inside. That means mind will reach its source, that is soul, and it will merge with the soul. Now surrender. Stop identifying yourself with the body. Where you are reaching? To the soul. Your false I is destroyed. Your mind is destroyed. So self-inquiry and surrender. See, people, they misunderstand that self-inquiry and surrender, these are two different men. No. What is the basic goal? Reaching the soul. By self-inquiry, where we are reaching? To the soul. To whom we are surrendering? To the soul. So destination is soul. Names are different. Method is bit different. But basically, when we are self-inquiring or surrendering, it is same thing. So we have to understand, when we sit for self-inquiry, what do we have to do? We need not repeat the mantra, who am I? No. The repeating, who am I, continuously is a very, very wrong method. So, you have to understand, you are just asking, who am I? Then you have to go to your soul. And you have to affirm that I am soul. And continue thinking that I am the soul. And remember, as per our Upanishadic knowledge, and sage Sankara, Maharshi Ramana, Swami Vivekananda, all these sages, they have told us that our soul is not separate from God. See, people, they say, God is residing in your body. But they don't believe in this. Everybody say, God is residing in your body. But they forget. They listen, they hear this, that God resides in our body, but they do not follow this. They follow it. It is a reality. That is the basic thing. So, there are various myths, we have to ignore those myths. People, they say, you need a guru. Guru, what is the actual meaning of guru? The divine power which take you from darkness to light. Your soul is the real guru. There is no difference between God, guru and soul. So people, they spend their life and they simply become very sad that I do not have guru. Your self, God is guru. Change all these, change your mindset. Things are made so difficult that more and more difficult path is a must to follow. Difficult lifestyle, difficult path, various actions, nothing is needed. Spirituality does not require difficult path, a very simple path. What is the most nearest entity to yourself? Your Atama. There is nothing dear to a person than his own self, remember. Our every action is for achieving happiness. Where lies the happiness? It is the soul. Soul is nothing but the bliss, anand, shanti, perpetual peace. So dear friends, do not fall prey to false ignorance that you have to do this, you have to do nothing. Simple thing. You have to affirm yourself, you have to visualize yourself. When you sit for meditation, start visualizing that negative energy is going out of my body through the sesra. After a few minutes, you will start realizing that yes, some sort of current is going up. After a few days, you can realize this, that something is going from the body, it is going outside from the top. Also, you can visualize and affirm that divine power, the prana shakti, is entering my body through the sahasrara, and it is going from sahasrara to Ajna chakra to Vishuddhi chakra, Anahat chakra, Manipur chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, and Muladhara chakra. See, there are various nerves in our body. They are invisible. If the body is cut and somebody wants to see, nothing can be seen. They are invisible, but they exist. It is definite. But this can be experienced when you follow this path. Then you can start visualizing that my Kundalini power is activated. It is rising up. And see, remember, these Kundalini chakras, they exist in the Sushumna nerve. There are three main nerves in our body. They are known as Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Ida and Pingala, they exist on each side of the Sushumna. And when Kundalini energy rises, it rises through Sushumna. And this rise of Kundalini is possible when your behavioral attitude, your day-to-day activities, there is purity in your thoughts, in your actions, in your behavior. And food is very important. See, spiritualism is, invisible. It's subtle. Cannot be seen with the naked eyes. The organ of perception, see, spirituality is beyond our perception, organs of perception. Atama cannot be seen by eyes. It can be seen, Atma can be seen by Atma only. Remember this. How? As I already told, ego is to be destroyed. Mind is to be destroyed. And all the organs of perception, they come under mind. Once mind is destroyed, the power of this perception is lost. Then how you see, how you realize Atma? Atma can be realized by Atma. But it's very simple, but very difficult. Because everything is invisible. So it is the matter of experience. Can you see electricity? Can you see electric current? No. You can see the presence of electricity by seeing the light, by seeing various devices are working with the help of this electricity. It's the same way. Spirituality all the activities are invisible. They cannot be perceived by the organs of our perception. They can be experienced. So, my dear friends, follow these very, very simple things. Now, in the end, I will again summarize the factors which I have talked so far. Mind is non-existent. Every part of our body receives power from the soul. Soul is linked to the universal soul that is called God, Ishwar, Braham. This soul can be realized by following very simple method of self-inquiry. Very simple method. You have to change the direction of mind from outside to inside. This is all visualization. No tangible action, all visualization. Because all your spiritual and divine powers are invisible. So that can be achieved through imagination, affirmations, visualization. Select a place in your home, sit peacefully on a easy asana seat. Simple posture. And you just can see very most effective method is start This sound is continuously originating from our Anahat chakra in the spiritual heart. When we carry out this Om Japa, it resonates with the natural Anahat sound and it helps to pacify our thought power. It pacify our mind. Our mind is made weak. Remember, it is weakened. After 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you will feel some sort of blissful attitude. Then close your eyes. Put a simple question to yourself. Who am I? Just visualize. Who am I? Where from I have come? What is my aim? Have I fulfilled my aim? Am I trying to achieve my aim? For some time, visualize. Then start affirming. You have to. Affirmations are, positive affirmations are. Start affirming. Imagine. Positive, divine, vital force is entering my body through the Sahasrara. It is coming down through Ajna Chakra, Vishuddhi Chakra, Anahat Chakra, Manipur Chakra, Swadhisthana Chakra, and finally to the Muladhara Chakra. Solar power, the power of Svita, that is sun, the god of Gayatri Mantra. If you recite Gayatri Mantra at least for 24 times, that will help you a lot. See, whatever I am telling, it is all out of my own experience, not by bookish knowledge. No. Honestly, I am experiencing these things. After a few days, you will realize that various colorful energy, power, blessings, they are entering your body. You will realize it is a fact. You have to visualize that liberated souls, siddhas, sages, they are sending their blessings to me, and it is a fact they send. They are in search of people who are who is eligible for their blessings. So, you have to visualize that divine power, healing power, vital force, prana shakti, blessings of holy people. They are all these power forces, they are entering my body. For some time, for a few minutes, visualize. This will clean your nerves. This will clean your chemical substances, your hormones, your Ida, Pingla, and Susmana, they will be cleaned. Then for some time you can visualize that my Kundalini Shakti is awakened and it is rising upward through the Susmana Nadi. So, it is entering the Muladhara Chakra, then to the Swadhisthana Chakra, Manipur Chakra, Anahat Chakra, Vishuddhi Chakra, Agya Chakra, and finally to the Sahasrara. See, after a few days or few months, depending upon the purity of your mind, your behavior, your body, your nerves, you will realize that a sort of current is rising upward. It is a truth. It is a fact. You have to follow the simple life, simple food, simple behavior. Nothing can stop you. So, for a few minutes, some 4 or 5 times, you start visualizing that energy is rising upward. So, dear friends, I will come again and again and discuss. Please subscribe this video and pass on to your friends, your known people, because it is a holy thing. If you bring someone towards spiritualism, toward divinity, this is the most holiest function of your life. It is the biggest charity function, my dear. It does not cost you anything. Follow these methods, ask your friends, spread this message. Very simple. Namaste, namaste, namaste.